Emotional impact plays a critical role in determining whether someone will click on a video title, especially on a platform like YouTube where competition for attention is fierce and users are bombarded with thousands of options every time they log in. The human brain is hardwired to respond to emotional cues more quickly and more powerfully than to neutral or purely informational language. When a title evokes strong emotions, whether it's fear, curiosity, excitement, shock, or even outrage, it creates a mental and physiological response that encourages immediate engagement. This response is often subconscious, meaning viewers don't even realize that their decision to click has been heavily influenced by the emotional pull of the words they see. For example, in the title 5 Terrifying Narcissist Habits That Reveal Their True Dark Side, the words terrifying and dark side are not just descriptive, they are emotionally charged triggers that tap into the viewer's imagination. The moment someone reads the word terrifying, they may begin to feel a subtle sense of anxiety or anticipation, wondering what kind of behaviors could be so extreme that they deserve that label. Similarly, dark side suggests secrecy, danger, and something hidden beneath the surface, creating a sense of mystery that the viewer wants to solve. This emotional engagement happens instantly and compels the viewer to take action to satisfy their curiosity. On YouTube, where algorithms prioritize watch time, click-through rates, and engagement, titles that create a strong emotional impact tend to perform far better than titles that are purely factual or bland. It's not enough to simply state 5 narcissist habits. While that's accurate, it doesn't create a sense of urgency or intrigue. By amplifying the language with emotionally loaded words, the title stands out in a crowded feed filled with competing thumbnails and videos. This differentiation is critical because the average user spends only a fraction of a second deciding whether to click. If the title doesn't immediately spark a feeling, it is easily overlooked. Emotional language works in part because it taps into primal survival instincts. Words like terrifying signal potential danger, prompting the brain to pay attention in case the information might help avoid harm. In the context of narcissistic behavior, this aligns with a viewer's potential personal experiences or fears. They may have dealt with toxic individuals in their own lives, or they might be seeking validation for what they suspect about someone close to them. This personal relevance amplifies the emotional connection, making the title not just attention-grabbing but deeply resonant with the target audience. The effectiveness of emotional impact in titles also benefits from the concept of the curiosity gap, which is the tension between what we know and what we want to know. A title like this doesn't fully explain what the 5 habits are, it only hints at their shocking nature. This deliberate withholding of complete information forces the brain to seek closure, pushing the viewer toward clicking in order to resolve that internal discomfort. The stronger the emotional charge of the words, the greater the curiosity gap becomes, because the viewer anticipates that the content might reveal something important, dangerous, or surprising that they can't afford to miss. Psychologically, people are also drawn to content that confirms their beliefs or validates their emotions, especially in areas related to relationships, personal growth, and social behavior. The phrase true dark side implies a revelation, something hidden that others may not see. For someone who has experienced manipulation or emotional abuse from a narcissist, this wording validates their suspicion that there's more beneath the surface. It reinforces their existing feelings and encourages them to watch in order to better understand their own experiences or protect themselves in the future. Moreover, emotional titles increase shareability. When a viewer feels something intense, shock, fear, anger, or even empowerment, they are more likely to share the video with others. This sharing behavior often happens because the viewer wants others to feel the same emotional reaction, or because they want to warn or inform someone in their circle. In either case, the title's emotional charge is the starting point for a chain reaction that can significantly increase the video's reach and engagement. From a marketing perspective, emotional impact in titles also aligns with branding and audience targeting. For channels that focus on self-help, relationship advice, or psychology, titles that evoke strong feelings create a consistent tone and attract the right audience. Over time, viewers begin to associate the channel with emotionally compelling content that is not just informative but also engaging on a personal level. This association builds loyalty and increases the likelihood that subscribers will click on future videos without hesitation. However, emotional impact must be balanced with authenticity. Overusing emotional language or exaggerating claims can lead to viewer disappointment if the content does not match the tone of the title. When the emotional promise of the title is fulfilled in the video, the viewer feels satisfied and more likely to engage further by liking, commenting, or subscribing. If the promise is broken, the result can be mistrust, reduced watch time, and lower retention rates, which in turn hurt the video's performance in YouTube's algorithm. The title's emotional appeal also works hand in hand with visual elements like thumbnail. A strong emotional title paired with an equally compelling thumbnail multiplies the effect, because the brain processes images and words together, reinforcing the feeling the title sets up. For example, a thumbnail showing an intense facial expression, dark colors, or symbolic imagery like masks or shadows can visually echo the emotional words terrifying and dark side, making the title even more irresistible to click. The emotional impact also encourages immediate clicks rather than delayed ones. On YouTube, if a user bookmarks a video or plans to watch later, the odds of them actually returning to it decrease significantly. Emotional triggers prompt impulsive action, which is exactly what creators need in order to drive initial spikes in views and signal to the algorithm that the content is highly engaging and worth recommending to a wider audience. Another subtle advantage is that emotional language can help a video stand out in search results even if the channel is small. While larger channels may dominate generic keywords like narcissist habits, a smaller creator can still compete by adding emotional modifiers that make their title more clickable. This approach doesn't just rely on ranking, it leverages human psychology to outperform higher ranked but less emotionally charged titles. SEO optimization for a target audience involves deliberately shaping a video's title, description, tags, and overall content in a way that aligns with both how search engines categorize information and how the intended audience searches for and interacts with that information. On YouTube, this balance is crucial because the platform's algorithm rewards videos that are both discoverable through search and engaging once they are clicked. A well-optimized title is one of the most powerful tools in achieving this because it is often the first point of contact between the content and the audience. When a title includes high-value keywords that are frequently used by the audience while also maintaining readability and emotional appeal, it creates a dual advantage: better search ranking and higher click-through rate. For a title like 5 Terrifying Narcissist Habits That Reveal Their True Dark Side, the choice of words is deliberate. The phrase narcissist habits is a core keyword that directly connects the video to topics people are actively searching for. People researching narcissistic behavior often type queries like narcissist habits, signs of a narcissist, or narcissist traits. By placing the exact keyword in the title, the video has a greater chance of appearing in search results for those queries. The second part of the title, True Dark Side, functions as a secondary keyword and also as a click motivator, appealing to viewers who are not just seeking definitions or surface-level traits, but deeper, more dramatic revelation. This combination of search-friendly terms and compelling phrasing is the essence of optimizing for a target audience. Keyword placement matters significantly for SEO performance. YouTube's algorithm and Google's indexing systems place more weight on words that appear toward the beginning of a title, which is why starting with 5 Terrifying Narcissist Habits rather than something less direct increases the likelihood of ranking higher for the term narcissist habit. The inclusion of a number at the start, 5, is also strategic, as list-based titles often perform better in search because they imply a structured, digestible format that appeals to viewers looking for quick yet comprehensive answers. Understanding the target audience is a key step before deciding on any SEO strategy. In the case of narcissism-related content, the primary audience often consists of individuals who are dealing with or have dealt with difficult relationships, people seeking self-help advice, and those interested in psychology and personality disorder. This audience tends to search for emotionally validating, insightful, and practical content. They may be looking for confirmation of their experiences or guidance on how to handle toxic people. This knowledge informs not only the keywords chosen but also the tone and emotional resonance of the title. An overly clinical title might appeal to a more academic audience, but could alienate viewers looking for a more personal, emotionally charged approach. By blending SEO optimization with emotional appeal, the content becomes more attractive to the exact group of people most likely to watch it. The role of long-tail keywords in SEO optimization is also significant. While narcissist habits is a short and competitive keyword, adding descriptors like terrifying or true dark side transforms it into a long-tail keyword phrase. Long-tail keywords typically have lower search volume but higher conversion rates because they target more specific search intent. Someone searching for narcissist habits might be casually curious, but someone searching for terrifying narcissist habits likely has a strong emotional interest and is more inclined to watch the entire video. Optimizing for long-tail keywords not only improves search ranking for specific queries, but also increases audience retention because the content closely matches what the viewer was expecting. SEO optimization also involves anticipating related search behavior. YouTube's recommendation engine often suggests videos based on similar topics or titles that share thematic or keyword overlap. By using words like habits, reveal, and dark side, the video can appear alongside related content in the suggested video's sidebar. even if the viewer did not search for narcissist specific. This proximity effect can bring in additional views from audiences who are exploring broader relationship or psychology topics. Metadata plays a supportive role in reinforcing the SEO benefits of the title. Once the title is crafted with targeted keywords, those same keywords should be naturally repeated in the description and tags. This repetition signals to YouTube that the content is consistent and highly relevant to those terms. However, keyword stuffing, repeating the same word excessively without context, can reduce readability and harm viewer trust. The key is to weave the keywords into sentences that also provide value and context, such as explaining what the video will cover and why it is important. Thumbnails work in tandem with SEO-optimized titles to improve click-through rates. While the algorithm cannot read an image the way it reads text, it can interpret embedded text in thumbnails and correlate it with the title and description. A thumbnail that visually reinforces the keywords, perhaps showing the words "terrifying habits" alongside an expressive face, strengthens the title's SEO impact. The visual cue helps human viewers quickly understand the topic, while the textual cue gives search engines another data point to associate with the video's keywords. Another important factor in SEO optimization for a target audience is watch time and retention rate. While a good title can bring viewers in, the algorithm prioritizes videos that keep people watching. This means that the promises made in the title need to be fulfilled in the content itself. For a title highlighting 5 terrifying narcissist habits, the video should deliver clear, well-explained examples of these habits, ideally with engaging visuals or real-life scenarios to maintain interest. If viewers drop off early because the content does not align with the title, the algorithm will reduce the video's visibility in search and recommendation. If narcissism is being widely discussed in the news, on social media, or in popular culture, a video that uses relevant keywords during that time can benefit from a surge in search traffic. Understanding the audience means not only knowing their ongoing interests, but also being aware of moments when their attention is heightened. A creator who publishes a well-optimized video title during such a peak can capture a disproportionate amount of views compared to quieter periods. Localization can be an additional layer of optimization for a target audience. While English may be the primary language for the audience, certain keywords can be adapted or translated for viewers in specific regions without losing SEO value. For example, narcissist habits could be localized into other languages in the description or tags, while keeping the main title in English, attracting bilingual viewers who might still search in English but appreciate multilingual content. Finally, SEO-optimized titles are part of a broader strategy that includes consistent branding, playlist organization, and cross-promotion. By placing videos with similar SEO-friendly keywords into playlists, YouTube's algorithm recognizes thematic connections and is more likely to recommend multiple videos from the same channel to a single viewer. This compounds the effect of a strong title by creating a viewing loop that keeps the audience engaged longer, signaling to the algorithm that the channel is a valuable resource for that niche. An SEO-optimized title works best when it blends high-value keywords with emotional appeal, aligns with the search habits of a specific audience, and fulfills its promise through engaging, relevant content that keeps viewers watching and encourages the algorithm to recommend it more widely.